This was a gift by this artist to the city of Newark. And he probably could have taken this anywhere. We are grateful that he chose to display it in Newark for as long as we possibly can have it. George Floyd represents a lot more than himself at this point, at this juncture in history. Congress is contemplating a George Floyd and policing bill right now. All of the activity that took place around this country, around the world, because of the untimely and ferocious and vicious murder of George Floyd, and all of the activism that sparked out of it, is worth us pausing and paying attention to. When Emmett Till was lynched, his body was dragged out of the Tallahatchie River. He wasn't the first person that was lynched in America, and he certainly wasn't the last. But as a result of that, the civil rights movement sparked. All kinds of activism was elevated and expedited because of the death of Emmett Till, but more importantly because of the activism of his mother and the activism of the organizations that made Emmett Till's death that much more salient for all activists throughout the country. And we believe George Floyd has the same impact that today as Emmett Till's death did then. And hopefully when people walk by and they see it and they participate in it, and hopefully it inspires them to become active in the struggles that are happening right here in Newark.
I was inspired the night that George Floyd was murdered and thought that we should have a statue of him, not to honor anything that he has done in his life, nor anything that we have done, but to honor his humanity. And by honoring his humanity, we honor every single other person's humanity.
I chose to do this knowing that the nation is at a pivotal point, and there are people who say this and people who say that about what happened, but we all know that this was a horrific display of inhumanity. The world needed a peaceful George. The world needed him relaxed and chilling on a bench, and that's what we produced. And we produced him larger than life, because after death, George will be remembered, and that's what memorials are. It's to remember and never forget why we changed today.